back with another video. Thought I'd make a video real quick on my lunch break. And I was thinking about abusive ships. And some people are thinking, what are abusive ships? Abusive ships are like the equivalent of relationships for targeted individuals. And the reason why I say that is because, if you were a scapegoated child, you are most likely going to have multiple abusive ships in your life, meaning you're going to have relationships that are going to be abusive, okay? Most people have heard that, and it's well known, that if you were raised in a household where you experienced abuse, it's quite likely that most relationships that you develop are going to be abusive. Like, for example, if a woman or lady feels uncomfortable in her household, it's very likely that she's going to go and get into a relationship with somebody who's going to be abusive, okay? So, in my case, I would say that I was a classic individual of somebody who is scapegoated from their family. I'm wearing boots, so I'm a little weird about the height here. So then I'm thinking, okay, so then you get into a relationship, as I did with my son's father, and no, there was no physical abuse, but there was abuse there, okay? And so, it wasn't a good relationship, you know what I mean, on either end. But whatever the case is, I decided to break it off, and I moved on my own. And so you tend to, because you don't really, you want to be with somebody, but then you end up attracting all the wrong people. But I do realize that relationships are very hard to find. I'm not just talking about romantic relationships, I'm talking about friendships, all kinds of relationships. Abuse is out there. Open your eyes, okay? So when people think that I'm just looking to go and get into another relationship, the answer is no. The answer is no for several reasons. I'm not saying that no one is ever ideal is going to come into my life, but the chances are very rare. Because I don't believe that those people have my best interest at heart, okay? I think there's a lot of people, a lot of perps out there waiting to abuse me, and I can't take that chance. So that's one of the reasons why I'm like, okay, well, I've dealt with enough abuse, okay? When you think about it, the job that I'm working is a form of abuse. That's why I need to get out of it, okay? I'm there because I need the money, period, okay? Piggy is abusive. You're manipulating my jobs. You've got weird issues. You don't communicate. You treated my son like shit, and you turn around and he's weird, okay? I'm sorry, he's weird, and I can't justify his action. I cannot. I mean, whatever the case is, it's unjustifiable. He's abusive, okay? Maybe he doesn't hit you, but he certainly does soak up my money. He, uses money, and then he replenishes the money, and then the money that he gives me somehow isn't quite enough, okay? What I'm just saying is, he takes advantage, okay? I really do think he takes more advantage of me than he should. And so, I mean, I'm not complaining about it, because I've never been the kind of person who, I never looked for a husband, okay? Because I've been on my own for a long time, so to me, I just want to be able to cohabitate and be good. I mean, I'm good this way. I'm not, like, demanding that he be this, like, the main breadwinner. I've been very independent on my own. But the fact of the matter is, do I think that he gets a better deal than he should? Yeah, he kind of does. So this man has nothing to bitch and complain about, okay? Especially since I'm pulling so much bullshit, okay? But I never thought of it that way. Really, I just never did. I just figured, well, we live here and it's cool, whatever. Okay, still, whatever the case is, this man has nothing to bitch and complain about. But his actions abusive? Absolutely. And so there may be other people out there who are interested in it. I've never ever had a relationship with anybody who hasn't been abusive, okay? So I have to be very careful about people that I meet as so-called friends, and then these so-called people that want to go out and start dating and stuff like that. So, no, I'm not interested in abusive ships, okay? I'm just not. That's why I spend a lot of time on my own, because I'm very well aware that abuse is out there, okay? So to me, relationships are nothing more than opening yourself up for abuse, plain and simple. I mean, I have to be careful, okay? And a woman in my situation, somebody who's alone, all by herself, is going to be very open to abuse. That's why I need to have my security. I need to be able to have a job. Right now, I'm looking for I'll take a bookkeeping job. I'm fine with a bookkeeping job, but I'm hoping to move out of where I'm at now, okay? I need to be able to find another job on my own that's not in any affiliation with either side of the family, because I need to be able to feel good enough and free enough and clear enough from this targeting, this nightmare, this whole nightmare. And then I could get back into my schooling, and then I could get people on my side to help me. Because it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. Get back on my side, get back in my work, get back into school. I can find 2 people. I just need 2 people to fucking help me with my goal of being a certified public accountant. And I'm good to go. You know what I mean? But right now, my main goal is to get away from my last abuser and find employment that's not, you know, based on the abuse. Then I'll be happy. And I need to be away from that to stop thinking about it. But, yeah, I look at a relationship as abusive. I've never been in a relationship that's not been abusive, okay? So I have to think about myself. So for those women out there who are thinking overly romantic thoughts, oh, you know, I don't know why she just, you know, maybe she needs to get back and stay with her husband. No, that's a bad idea. Bad idea. Scratch that, okay? Scratch that. I will never forgive somebody who puts me in this situation. And for women out there, don't be dumb enough to do that either. Stupid idea. So that's some people think, well, you can just latch on to another man. Heck no. Why? Because there are men out there who pull all the strings, who pay all the bills. That's more, you're opening yourself up for abuse, okay? So to me, all relationships are abusive. I cannot take that chance. I know you think I'm over dramatizing it, but I have been abused too much in my life. I gotta take care of Maria. Gotta go. Wrapping up this video. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.